Greetings, gentle viewers! This dates back all the way to 1935, and is an early, offbeat take on the vampire film that...
Oh, honey, I found the locals were doing...
It's kind of a sympathetic take on the vampire film, unusual at this time, and it reimagines it as a bit of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing.
Oh, hats! Oh, you're doing one of those little... You know what, scooch over. Honey, look, they're doing one of their little local festival things. Oh, get a picture of me. Oh, you're so cute in your little like native makeup and such. Oh, you're just adorable.
Shall we watch a film?
Oh, honey, I've been invited to join one of the local ceremonies. You go up with those little ones in the masks and get some of that local drink we like. Well, I'm going to stay here. This is going to be so cool.
You, me, this film, we are all condemned to live. We open with, oh, holy fuck, it's like Fascist Italy as designed by Max Fleischer. And I'll take that as a challenge, shall I, movie? Condemned to live? Condemned to watch, more like. After some pages of credits way too stylish and exciting to talk about, we have our first scene, set in the world's largest woman mine.
Friend, I shall go mad.
It's a bit of an overreaction. It's only the first scene. I've seen enough of these movies. She's probably got syphilis. Anyway, these three are trapped in this half-built subway as some terrifyingly off-screen tribal stereotypes beat drums at them in the death stance.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Is that why you're lying down? She's pregnant and these two are dressed in fluffy pirate shirts. It's like the first line of a bad joke, or a 30s movie, or a bad joke in a 30s movie, or a bad joke in a review of a 30s movie. Or all of the above?
The natives will never attack us here. Why, Doctor? Why? They're afraid. This cave is infested with bats. Bats?
African tribesmen are a cowardly and superstitious lot. Racism. My God.
Do they believe in bats, any superstition? It is no superstition, my...
There's no superstition. Bats actually exist. Look, there's a model of one on a fishing line.
The natives call them nightbirds.
Okay, long story as short as I can make and have it still be funny.
Oh, this is so cute. You make your money all different colors so you can tell it apart. Is that because you can't read the numbers?
Okay, long story. These three were exploring in Africa. They met up with some locals who had noticed what other white people were up to in the area, so naturally decided to kill them, so they took refuge in this cave. They were hoping the overwhelming stench of guano would put the locals off, but now it's their apparently much more rational terror of bats on strings that's keeping them away. Okay, who let 10-year-old Ed Wood direct when animals attack?
Oh, you get that here? I didn't think you guys got TV.
It's not on TV, it's on command. I'm not sure if this is the best time for an orgy, guys. The Mark of the Bat? You know, I am really trying not to make Batman jokes, but that just sounds like an Elseworlds story. Anyway, new place, and how better to set the scene than with a shot of Biggest Ben and a mob of torch-wielding peasants. Oh, those are meant to go at the end.
I know, it's so disappointing. They don't even have the right torches. You know, my cousin, he can get you a great deal on some tiki torches. Don't look at me like that. You said at the start I was condemned to live. You can't touch me.
You know, with a room that size, I'm not sure you need quite so many torches. The guy on the bench is dead. His blood's been drained. It's a good thing, too. This way you can't punch that extra for stealing his shot. So, where is this taking place? I mean, apart from an obvious film set. But based on the accents, it sounds like the part of Zagreb that's located in St. Louis.
You found him in the cave, like Frida. He is the same?
Yes.
The film is mixing up its horror archetypes by giving the heroically bearded Dr. Helsing van Abraham here a hunchback assistant, who badly wants to be in this shot. This is a recurring thing in this film. Blocking's not so much an art as a free-for-all. Actors and extras treat the camera like pigeons treat Chick-fil-A. They crowd around in the desperate hope that this time it might be edible. People in the village have been dying each night, and the villagers believe that some sort of giant monster bat is responsible.
A bat! Some huge and loathsome thing!
The thing is, the villagers have been using so much of their brain power trying to work out where the fuck this village is located that they really shouldn't be counted on for explanations.
It drags them to the cave. Then what else but a bat that only sees at night?
It's like a kaleidoscope of stupid, so many facets of dumb, beautifully arranged. And then they had vampires.
What? What a vampire would attack like this?
Oh, I don't know, a serial killer? A Leac? A serial killing Leac? Shia LaBeouf?
Do you know he's an actual cannibal?
Well, thank you for spoiling the joke.
Oh, don't you worry about it, sweetheart. I knew you wouldn't get it.
The possibilities are endless! Much like their supplies of torches. Would it kill some of you to bring a pitchfork instead?
It is not yet given to us to know whether or not this monster is a bat.
Don't be ridiculous. It's large, strong, dangerous, silent, and only comes in the dark. It's more likely to be Vin Diesel than a fucking bat. Or it could be those weird green things from Series 1 of the X-Files, but that seems unlikely, seeing as colours yet to be invented. Anyway, being the rational sort of guy, the professor orders the townsfolk to lock themselves in their homes, and generally acts like a meme that's even older than he is.
Until this dreadful thing is caught, for no reason leave your homes when dusk has fallen. Bolt your doors and burn your lights.
So hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband.
Cause eggs ain't gonna eat everybody out there.
Give this monster no opportunity, and you are safe.
It's in the morning and the town's gone without death for a wow! No, it looks like we're in 19th century Mexico. Excuse me, do you know what continent we're on? Oh dearie, all of them! And there's Little Bo Peep, all grown up and having changed her name to Little Bo Peep Show. She stopped using her sheep in her act, though, when she realised this is probably small-town Europe. So most people can see that sort of thing if they just look in a field.
Oh, Mother Molly, it's horrible.
Horrible it is.
Yes, but enough about your hats. We have plot to cover. Little Lord Fonto Lady and the Romany stereotype who birthed her discuss her pending nuptials with the professor. If he could ever find the time in his busy schedule of wandering around looking haunted.
But the professor's so good, so... Oh, Mother Molly, do you think I'll ever be like that?
What? Bearded? And unable to tell a gang of idiots that the local serial killer's not, in fact, a fucking bat?
Oh, sweetheart, it's only in Romania you need a qualification for that. You don't need no college degree to do that back home.
Exactly. Although this might actually be set in Romania, we don't know. As this is the proverbial kingdom of the blind, led by a bearded man with one eye, the whole town has been coming to the professor with all their problems.
Which cow to buy, how to make up with their sweetheart.
What's been murdering people?
Do you think he told himself to marry me?
Yes, and it probably should have been a conflict of interest. Interest on his part, conflict on hers.
But remember, child, it's better to marry safely.
What? While wearing giant body condoms? Like in the Naked Gun. Before the professor's first supplicants of the evening arrive, she steals a moment with him in his study. His study, which appears to be located in the Wild West. Oh, great. Now the town's a time as well as a space warp.
I brought you some flowers.
You're like your flowers, Marguerite.
Quite ornamental, much younger than me. Hopefully a virgin.
It's a very pretty speech, Professor Christan.
Anyway, romance achieved, the professor's hunchback assistant Zan tries to get involved. Alas, it ruins the mood.
Oh!
For her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Truly I am. But he frightens me so. He's hideous.
Beauty or ugliness is only of the soul, Marguerite.
Well, apparently so's age, given that he's trying to bang someone who could be anywhere between 10 and 30 years old. The professor's actually kind of an odd character. He's trying to marry her, but he's giving off none of the usual red flags of an authority figure that's trying to be with someone under his charge. He's depicted as a legitimately good man who's just in love with a much younger woman that he has power over. It's like he's the original Woody Allen self-insert character.
Forgive me. I'll try not to be afraid of him.
We can never be afraid of what we love. If we love our brother, how can we fear him?
He's not actually trying to talk her into a threesome, with him and Zan, but it fucking sounds like it.
Oh, I've heard about this new relationship thing called a polycule. Sounds weird to me.
Anyway, the professor has a long evening of solving other people's problems ahead of him, so she heads off to what looks like a garden in London to meet up with her childhood sweetheart David in this bizarre blurring effect that only exists in this shot. I have no comment. Oh shit, it's growing!
No, you can't do that to me. I'm condemned to live. Back off. That's what I thought.
Anyway, like I said, David was her childhood sweetheart. And while you can really see why she left it in her childhood... I assume I can't see shit.
Oh, sweetheart, their childhood could be anywhere between 30 years ago and 4 days ago.
Shoot! Fuck off!
Language! Young lady, you do not want to go docksiding.
Oh, it's going to take more than that to stop me, movie. If anything, it'll be the crushing tedium. Anyway, and while you can really see why she left it in her childhood, he's also got a point.
You respect and admire him and even revere him. But that isn't enough to marry for.
I better go. David!
That's love, Marguerite.
Nah, that's borderline assault, Marguerite. And then it crossed the border. So David, it turns out, isn't buying all this bat malarkey.
And then this dreadful bat preys on his mind.
Bat, these superstitious fools.
Okay, he's well-dressed, moody, black-haired, and loudly scoffing at the idea of a giant bat stuck in the night. He thinks that Bruce Wayne, or one of his ancestors, depending on when this is fucking set, doth protest too much. Anyway, almost as excited as we are for this scene to end, she skips off as soon as she can. Back at the professor's, he's just about finished with all that advice, and I think I've worked out where this is set. The West Side. He just met a girl named Maria.
Good evening, Professor Criston.
Good evening, Maria.
Well, if Marguerite does end up with David, at least he'll have a replacement in 5 to 20 years. Maria, her mother, and the professor's unusually goth housekeeper head for home, allowing the professor time for his important work of passing out with his face in a book. Man, the ASMR is amazing.
Is that one of them, marijuana things?
Yes. Anyway, the bat eating the candle's a good thing because it allows the professor to get to his really important work of suddenly remembering that he's a vampire. This scene perfectly captures the 3 main moods that come with vampiredom. Surprise. Oh, fuck, I'm a vampire! Elation. Mahaha, I'm a vampire! Realism. Being a vampire kind of sucks, actually.
What's wrong, my friend?
I'm not a vampire. Here's what's going on. Vampirism in this film is a pathological need to murder people, drink their blood, and drag them into a nearby cave. It's set off by being surrounded by darkness, and the afflicted has no memory of what they've done. Anyway, he's been able to find a victim, kill her, drag her to the cave, get home, forget about it, and be found by the most polite torch-wielding mob in history, and all before sunrise.
Katrina Malamet. She's missing from her bed.
Naturally, they assume the Batman's behind it all, so head into a large cave to search for evidence of giant pennies.
Look. Down there. Katrina.
Katrina? Is that what he calls the giant robot dinosaur?
Oh, sweetheart, you know that they call that Fido. Besides, it's all made up. They're not in the Bible.
Nah, Katrina is victim number 3. Well, that was a quick carcass search. Nice to see a flesh mob that's good at its job. Okay, I'm fairly sure that building's located in the village in Bedknobs and Broomstacks.
Another victim of the monster. Which of us will be next? Surely there's a curse upon us all.
Maybe you should run off to the forest, where you can disguise yourself among the trees with your wooden acting. Anyway, David's put on his condescension hat, and is ready to give these yokels somewhat for.
Superstitious fools with your talk of monsters and bats?
You see? Your stupid minds! Stupid!
There is no bat large enough to carry a human body to the... He could even be one of us.
Good lord, that's the most silent profanity I've ever heard.
I didn't do that. The sound just cut out mid-rant.
Oh, that happens to my sister Janet all the time.
I assume that whatever he said was so racist it managed to overpower the primitive onset microphone. You might remember this phenomenon from Sextant.
Look at them. Turks, Ethiopians, Orientals, Arabs.
So it sounds like the professors finally come around to the villagers' compelling monster bat hypothesis.
Maybe there thinks the monster is a human. That it may be one of us. Tell them it isn't true.
Why, David, who amongst us could do such horrible things?
David, no one in this village's eyebrows meet in the middle. All the left-handed people have been traumatized into using their right. And the synagogue was burned down last week. It can't be anyone in this community.
Professor Christon is right.
David suggests setting up some sort of militia to try and catch the murderer. Hopefully in the act, but they'll take just afterwards. Beggars can't be choosers.
Let us remain on guard throughout the night, so we may catch this killer and destroy him. Who will volunteer to watch with me?
Not I, David.
My wife just got that insurance and her cancer's returned. I'm planning on killing 2 birds with 1 bat.
Let us go to our homes.
Good. Go home and practice for your next scene. You didn't quite nail befuddled old man chucked onto a film set with only a limited knowledge of what acting even is. Anyway, at the professor's house, a very old friend has come to visit.
So many candles, good woman.
No, that's a floodlight. It also explains the weird white noisy hum in the background.
With a monster abroad, sir, light is our only protection.
Anders,
back from blowing up the chantry, I see. And you've changed your actor, hair color, and whole personality again. Anders has come for the professor's wedding. He's his foster father.
My foster father and my very best friend.
Which is impressive because they're clearly the same age.
But like I said earlier, this town might have a time warp.
Oh, that happens a lot where I'm from, especially in the small rural areas. They say it's from the doctors overprescribing those opiates, but I know it's them cartels bringing in that fentanyl.
I've had a curious malady of late.
Which is?
Well, where to begin? I've been signing checks, Mr. Edward Hyde, waking up naked in wolf enclosures, and I can't seem to rid my mouth of the taste of iron. Well, the only disease that exists in 1930s movies is syphilis, so I'm going to assume it's that and quietly judge you. In the morning, Anders is taken to meet Marguerite, and it's suddenly very obvious that the amount of sinister-looking men dressed as Confederate generals in this movie is about to hit critical mass. It's a bit tense. If only there was a way to make this scene a little more cordial.
Some cordial, John.
Marguerite's cordial is the best in the village.
Oh yeah, well, that'll do it.
It doesn't last, though, because soon it's night again, and that means more murder. Eventually, first there's wind for the housekeeper to not understand.
See the wind? The bat's abroad tonight.
Abroad? How? This is literally every country.
I'm not afraid.
Well, this scene's boring. Have you got anything overdramatic to distract me with?
Well, I'm not afraid, I tell you.
Nice try, movie.
'Tis ungodly not to be afraid.
Oh, I bet you say that to all the reviewers. Anyway, elsewhere, Anders and the professor are having a heartfelt conversation. A difficult thing to have when the film seems to have chosen its close-ups in a vain effort to hide just how tiny the table between them is. Anyway, Anders has concluded that Marguerite doesn't love the professor.
Then you think that Marguerite doesn't love me?
Nothing of the sort.
I'm simply trying to accidentally plant a seed of jealousy, so if this film is capable of drama, you might tragically kill her in the finale.
She lives, doesn't she?
Probably.
It's bad writing.
I suggested that she is not in love with you.
The professor decides to visit Marguerite. Maybe he'll turn into a monster, maybe not. Either way, if he meets her, the engagement's probably going to be off.
I'll keep the house well lit.
The devil himself couldn't keep me from doing that.
It'll be pretty self-defeating for him to try, seeing as Lucifer literally means light bringer. Marguerite's getting her hair brushed. Good. You never know when your soon-to-be ex-fiancé will come visiting to murder and or break up with you. And either way, you want to look your best.
Sounds like someone froze the Doppler effect in place.
Oh, cabana boy! Oh, not you and those little tidy whities, the properly dressed one.
So 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. There we go, just on time. His light goes out and the killings can continue. Hey, you ever noticed the handmaid's sleeves look a bit like jellyfish? There's no joke there, it's just kind of funny. Anyway, she carries a candle through the well-lit house and opens the front door, only for the professor's powerful aura of darkness to blow out every candle in a 5-mile radius. Of course, the effect is indistinguishable from being hit with all the wind in the world. This makes sense when you remember that the professor is the town sentry of all that is good, and this is the void. Anyway, if the handmaid tries to escape out the door, I'm guessing the wind will inflate her sleeves and she'll either single-handedly reinvigorate the pastime of ballooning, or she'll be mistaken for the bat and get shot at.
Or she can just lie there. That works too.
Yeah, lovely. Can I have one of those lovely little local drinks?
Why are my ideas always so much better than the films? Sorry, continue.
Do you mind? How rude. Can I have one, you know, that little orange and blue one? The stew thing?
I'm not sure what you mean, ma'am.
Yeah, the little drink. It's like orange, but doesn't taste orange.
Oh, do you mean an iron brew?
Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, sure, get me one. Do you want one, honey?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, make that 2, please.
2 iron brews coming up, thank you.
Oh, delightful.
Anyway, the professor stalks off. Hey, dude, you forgot your corpse. The lights come on. Marguerite even brings a candle in case you need even more light. And somehow it takes 4 characters about 10 seconds to look 45 degrees to the side and notice a fucking corpse.
Look!
Yeah, you did. Eventually.
Anyway, Marguerite decides to hog the limelight. I mean, candlelight. But making a noise. Fainting the second she's picked up. And dragging the housekeeper from her daughter's corpse. So in the middle of the forest, Zan and Anders have found the professor, but luckily neither of them are attractive blondes, so they're probably quite safe.
The lantern went out. It was dark.
Yes. Almost like there was no light.
They go to Marguerite's house, but they can't offer any further aid. They have too many useless middle-aged men in cravats standing around as it is. So after a quick shot of moderately sized Ben, we're back with a terrified, but unusually non-murderous mob.
Stand on guard. Bolt your doors. Don't move outside your homes.
Anyway, the professor is just reiterating the same information that they, and we already know. Murders at night, terror, aghast, etc. You see, Anders missed the earlier speeches, so they repeat it for him. It's kind of like a recap at the start of a TV episode, but it's 3/4 of the way through, and it's the pilot.
Last time on Star Trek The Next Generation. And now, the conclusion.
Thou art notified that thy kind have infiltrated the galaxy too far already.
And above all, don't for an instant be without a light.
Alas, his words remind them that they're a torch-wielding mob, so they come to the conclusion that they really should do the expected thing and just lynch Zan.
There's your fiend, Professor Kristan Zan. And Zan was at Marguerite's last night. What good can there be in a hunchback?
Well, just put myself in your place. That of a dickweed. Could always use with a table if you're standing up.
That was very rude.
Good.
They'll have to wait for Innocent Blood, though. Won't be out till the 80s. The professor is defending him in a mere lynch mob. Can't contend with the power of someone rich, educated, and dressed in a nice set.
Master, you have nothing to fear from Zan. To your homes, my friends.
Anyway, after some hours navel-gazing, the professor has realised that he was unconscious during all the attacks, and is kind of freaking out.
But it's incredibly odd that I was unconscious during every one of these crimes. Last night, Zan, tell me. I'm conscious, Master. Yes, but what did I do?
I love that Anders' reaction to his foster son and best friend having a stiff upper-lipped emotional breakdown is to shift slightly in his chair to get a better view. Anyway, the professor eventually decides that he cannot marry Marguerite while he's affected by this strange, blacking out and murder-based malady.
I cannot marry Marguerite.
If he's only just decided that, then that raises the question of why he went to see her last night after Anders told him to break it off with her. More than that, it raises the question about how much Anders knows about this bullshit.
The light must not go out.
Any reasonable person would assume he knows far more than he's letting on. Luckily, so do I.
Mistress, I must say that I absolutely must say that your new partner is far nicer than Omega the Betrayer.
You take that back!
I am a married woman. How dare you? You are getting no tip from me, sir.
Have yourself minced for insulting Omega.
Is that like garnish's wages?
Starting from the feet. Moving upwards slowly, inch by fucking inch. You are going to suffer like... Your suffering will be legendary even in Afghanistan for you besmirching the name of Omega! Stocky the Knot minion is 300 times, 3,000 times the minion you were, and they weren't even a minion! Fuck off!
I wish my Chester would defend my honor so violently.
We don't talk about the Maniac Review, it's too painful.
Anyway, Anders makes use of his height advantage to intimidate Zan into admitting what he knows. It must be like getting a Kubrick stare from a giraffe.
Tell me why. The truth, man. Now's the time to tell it. I must know.
So that the professor undergoes a transformation in the dark, that he drinks blood and murders his victims, and that he, Zan, has been taking the corpses to the same cave to try and hide the crimes.
My poor forsaken friend.
Well, that's a bit dramatic. It's more like 2 or 3 taken at last count.
True.
Anyway, the professor saved Zan's life and took him in. So Zan vowed to look after him, and he took the responsibility, equal parts seriously and incompetently.
He never knew he'd risen from his bed.
And then?
I followed every move, but it was always my mischance to be too late.
I feared that Paul might be the fiend. The boy was marked at birth.
He was born with an Elvis tattoo.
But Miss Marguerite, do you not fear for her?
Her father has given me his oath. He would not leave her.
You seem worried, Marguerite.
I do hope you're not having human emotions like grief over the loss of a servant, Marguerite. I'd hate to have to whip you again.
Oh, Paul.
So the professor managed to make it over, and any murders he did along the way were off-screen, so they don't matter. Anyway, Marguerite's dad swore that he wouldn't leave her side until the morning.
Her father has given me his oath. He would not leave her.
But he also figured that the professor puts the word chap in chaperone, so he buggers off.
Remember your oath to Anders.
Why, that couldn't include you.
Marguerite, lately a strange malady has possessed me.
This malady involves murder.
And that's what you can't do to me, because I'm condemned to live.
Anyway, for literally no reason whatsoever, Marguerite decides that his store needs mood lighting, so she blows out the candle.
What have you done? Relight it instantly.
Oh boy, he is lucky there's about 1 million other lights in there.
Forgive me. I'm not quite myself.
Well, generally, I'm rather more Sherlock Holmes than H.H. Holmes, even down to the cocaine. Which, thinking about it, might have been an extenuating factor in this whole thing. Oh dear. Now, blowing out one candle would seem to be carelessness, especially when there's a light-hitting killer on the loose. But twice, it's beginning to look like a suicide attempt.
Stop! You foolish child, you don't know what to do.
I like how the room's equally bright, regardless of how many candles she puts out.
Oh, I know. It's like a complete reversal of this place. You know, you really should have some more natural sunlight in here. You're very pale.
Marguerite, what have you done?
I believe some guys working on the Manhattan Project called that tickling the dragon's tail, till it got them killed. This also explains the radiation damage to the film. The funny thing is that earlier they needed a truckload of floodlights to light a room, but now that they need dramatic tension, the moon can light it through the curtains.
It's growing dark.
Only a cloud crossing the moon. It will soon pass.
Okay, this murder attempt is going to be her own damn fault.
For life!
Zan, who seemingly teleported across town, arrives and drags the professor away from her. Alas, the torch-wielding mob got antsy with not killing shit and have arrived looking for him.
Is he the fiend? He attacked the professor! He stained with his blood! His silence proves his guilt.
Is being a hunchback prove...
Oh, you'll love this.
his guilt to you.
That was from my new Bible group.
Oh.
It's a little known fact that not instantly chasing down a disabled guy with the intention of ripping him limb from limb is useful in detective work, so these guys quickly work out that Zan's innocent.
David, go. Zan must be saved.
Oh, Anders, what is it?
Anders, hold me like I was a spirit of justice. Anyway, the crowd's bearing down on Zan, so I should probably kill some time with an explanation before they do the same to him. The professor's mother was the pregnant woman at the start of the film, and she was bitten by the bat just before he was born, meaning that his proclivity for going nuts in the dark and killing people was passed down to him.
According to a documentary I once saw called Condemned to Live, it's all perfectly normal bat behavior.
Oh, yeah, it is, but how did you turn my phone to Spanish when you threw it?
Skills.
Tell me the truth.
I will. A monstrous bat had fastened to your mother's throat. They beat it off.
Oh, I bet she did. I bet she did. Oh, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a much less appropriate reaction to that?
No, I had exactly the same reaction.
And you might recognize the professor's origin from that other famous black and white vampire movie, Blade. But it's somehow a little less sensible than Blade's origin, even though Blade's mother was bitten by a vampire. And vampires aren't even fucking real!
You were born that night, Paul.
You're a daywalker, Paul. Oh, fuck, I feel dirty. Fuck you and your moldy brain rolling.
Condemned to live.
Now, at least his mother wasn't bitten by a low-level con artist from mid-20th century London. Then she'd be condemned to spiv.
Isn't it strange? They never caught me.
Not strange at all.
Not strange at all. They had a hunchback to blame. It's the 1930s. It's progressive of them to wait until they think he killed people before trying to murder him. The professor, finally knowing his dark secret, resolves to try and save Zan's life from the mob.
Zan is in danger. We must go to him.
It's a good thing, too. He's not going to last long, hiding in the light like that.
Zan is not the fiend. He's not the fiend. He only killed our children. Yes. You're wrong, I tell you.
Not even the top hat of authority can convince the crowd. And frankly, Zan's not really helping. He's so dedicated to saving the professor that he screams confessions, even as his innocence is being explained.
He lied! He lied! He lied about the master! I alone am guilty!
He is so dedicated that even when the professor arrives, confesses, and kills himself, he throws himself off the cliff after him. Oh yes, the two genders. People who take off their hats after tragedy, and people who pray. Anyway, Marguerite is going to marry David, the professor's understudy, so all's well that ends with a small body count. Okay, I've made jokey Batman references here and there because, frankly, they were so obvious that I'm pretty sure I'd be yelled at if I didn't. But think about it this way. We have a smart upper-class guy who goes above and beyond in helping people, who has a secret double life involving the dark and violence, a bunch of bat-theming, a cave, and a manservant who would literally die for him.
This is Batman. 4 years before anyone realized they should maybe retool him, into a superhero.
Batman is not a hero. He is a violent thug and a criminal.
Technically true.
This is actually pretty nuanced and progressive for the era. Remember, this is the era of eugenics. The hunchback is not the villain. The professor was a genuinely good man who didn't want to hurt anyone. They could easily have turned either of them into an actual villain, but they chose not to, and that's pretty cool. Yes, the science is clearly insane, but it's based on Lamarckism, and to be fair, that hadn't been completely debunked by this point. When it comes down to it, the film's main issue is that it's so fucking boring.
Like, really dull. Really, really, really dull. I'm Devonta Hagan, I play with that every day.
Oh, you poor dear. Well, don't you worry. Our good old American tourist dollars are going to help you build up your country into a little bit more of a civilized society.
Film's finished.
It is, but you still can't do anything to me. Remember, you said I'm condemned to live.
And so you shall.
Yeah, see, that's correct.
You see, the film will play on a loop, and we will see what burns out first. The DVD, or what's left of your little brain.
Oh, my. Wait, ma'am, that's my drink. Oh, dear.
I don't care, sugar. I don't care if it's your drink. It's my drink now. So enjoy the film. So turn the fucking lights off.
Oh, my. Oh, dear. Chester!
Thanks for watching the review. And if you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe, or if you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/DemonDeHagen. There you can get early access, see exclusive videos, make requests, and join the Discord. If you're already a patron, then thank you for the support. And leave a comment if you like. YouTube likes it when people talk.